Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna post that to, I don't know if I want to post it on everything. I'm just gonna do the Discord for now. I'm feeling kind of lazy today, you guys. Ironically enough, though I am feeling somewhat lazy, I've actually gotten quite a bit done. Chrome, let's capture this one here. Boop. Yep, and we can turn off the sub goal for now. And so, yeah, I'm kind of most of the way through this Daryl Talks Games video. I'm kind of just bored out of my fucking mind. I just got home from work and I just kind of want to chill and watch YouTube. And I maybe want to play some Mechanicus. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Most scattered,
hey, it's
unorganized, unpredictable Xenoblade around 4 years.
So this video here is about basically it's about finishing your backlog and what measures this specific guy took to finish his backlog. If you want my advice on how to work on your backlog, start a Twitch channel and plug your backlog into that and just play games from your backlog and refuse to replay anything you've already played like I do. I finished quite a few games ever since I started streaming, and it's turned into a really fun hobby. Real shit, that's why I started streaming in the first place, because I wanted to, like, actually finish the games on my backlog. Anyway, sorry for the silence. We'll go ahead and play the video.
Years ago, I watched a streamer named Etika play a game called Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It was one of the most scattered, unorganized, unpredictable series of streams I think I've ever seen. One moment you wanted to slap this man square in the face for stalling, the next you'd be grinning at your screen like a moron when something like this happened.
I never actually watched Etika. I only ever saw his like Smash reactions and shit.
Anyway, so I've been constantly. Maybe you were there as well, and if
that's literally all I've seen from him.
The unprecedented levels of boneheaded, degenerate tomfoolery that took place. Watching it all back, not all of it has aged that well, but there is one image from those streams that has remained with me all these years later. In Etika's final Xenoblade 2 stream, he finishes the game. Lots of yelling took place, lots of tears were shed, lots of realizations were had, but to me, the most memorable moment was likely the quietest one. Credits have rolled, he has reloaded the title screen, the controller has been set down, a small river of chat messages and donations have been left unattended like a spilled drink, and he's just sort of taking it all in, breathing, reflecting on the journey it's been, realizing it's finally come to an end, and processing all of the emotions that go with that. And let the record show, Xenoblade 2, not a game many people cried at, not a game many consider a masterpiece or even something they can take seriously, but...
Hold up, maybe not in your circles, but everyone I know that gives a shit about Xenoblade, like, loves Chronicles 2. Like, Angelo fucking adores that game. I have my issues with its art style. Personally, I think a lot of the character designs look terrible. Like, that's just, like, my opinion, you know? It's not necessarily true, it's just how I feel. Is my chat not updating because no, probably no one's watching, I'm guessing. Let's not let it get to my head. Anyway, let me just snag this video URL and I can actually check real quick. Click that here. Nothing like a silent stream where Alex lives in the black void. One watching now. Yeah, literally no one's watching this. Okay. Well, I'll add everyone next time. My evil knows no bounds. But yeah, I popped the Twitch chat out, hopefully. Yeah.
This man was truly moved by a game that you could tell meant a lot to him. Streamers often play things up for the audience, of course, but something tells me that there was no faking this. I think that this clip captures a moment we have all had at some point.
Can we please stop sucking Final Fantasy VII Remake's dick, dude? Anyway, but yeah, like,
allowing a title, regardless of its reputation or
I want to point out as a streamer, I'm the opposite. I'm like constantly about to fucking lose my shit and just barely containing emotions at all times. Like, Valhalla was the first time I actually, like, somewhat allowed myself to cry on stream because of, like, emotions I feel towards the game. I came close on a couple occasions, but I almost always just, like, barely held it back for fear of embarrassment. So I'm still trying to overcome that myself, and I still don't know if I want to or not.
Rating to simply sweep you off your feet and take you on a ride like you never thought possible. And that's the kind of game I think we're all after, and why it's so hard not to add things to your backlog. What if this is the one you've been looking for? You never know when a silly little video game is going to sneak up on you and hit you this hard when the credits roll. And after having experienced it yourself once and relating to it, or seeing someone else have it and then wondering what it would feel like, I think for all of us, this is what we crave. Why we game. I always think of that meme of the guy or the horse standing on the beach looking out of the water, and the caption just says, "Man." Recently, my wife Callie and I visited Yellowstone National Park with some friends, and Callie captured this picture of me dramatically looking out at Yellowstone Lake. When she showed me, my brain immediately registered the picture's memeability, so naturally I chuckled and posted it to Twitter. People understood the assignment, but I feel that. I want that. We want that. I think that is the ultimate goal of any backlog, to find the gems, to find the shit you wish you could forget just so that you could play it again blind. To be amazed that it took you this long to play it, to think, man.
You know,
Mechanicus passed away in 2019,
okay.
and it hit me hard. He's the reason at the end of my videos I always say,
and of course, as usual, please have yourself a damn good one. I am out of here.
And since he's been gone, I've thought about that stream's ending a lot. His death.
Yeah, that's gotta be rough, because he's a streamer. People think of streamers as like their virtual friends and spend a lot of time with them.
It is finite.
Damn.
There are only so many times in life that we get to be this completely enamored with a story, with a person, with a moment. At the risk of sounding ridiculous, the backlog might be more than just a list of games we all want to play. I think it's symbolic of the ambition.
I really wanted him to go into like the experience of what it was like going through the backlog. Okay, we're still going. All right, so it's not over yet.
Experience in life were suddenly on the list, sitting
Let me check my Discord real quick, make sure I'm not deafened. No, I'm just alone in the lounge. That's how it be sometimes. Should have started earlier.
A desperation to do
Had to
it
do
all.
dishes.
That list has an end. If it's too long, we won't get to it all. If it's too short, we didn't make the most of our life. If we aren't careful, that ambition to live our best life can sour and turn into an apprehension and a fear that we aren't doing enough, which of course distracts from the actual goal. These are the things that went through my mind when I realized there was still 1,600
hours of video games.
Especially considering that doesn't include all the new games I want to play in the next year that haven't come out yet.
You just have to finish the entire list before you get to the next.
Calm on stream, but inside, I am having a nuclear meltdown. All hope is evacuating my body. Dread in the form of corium burns its way deep into my soul. However, I am still very much doing this. Yes, making a list helped. Yes, this is a dumb idea. Yes, by rushing through these games, I might be ruining the experience.
I kind of want to show you guys my backlog and what we got going on with it. So let me go ahead and, undo this for a second. Open my backlog up. Show you guys what's up with it. So basically, what I do is I have a 3-tiered backlog. So like he was saying, games that haven't come out yet, how does he handle it? So tier 1 of the backlog is what games haven't come out yet. Well, the good news is those will rotate into the next tier as soon as they come out. If I'm interested in games that haven't come out yet, I'll wishlist them ahead of time, and those will rotate into my Steam wishlist, which I will boop on screen right now. So this is tier 1 of the backlog. We have early access, pre-release, VR only. All of these are excluded. I don't buy or play early access games. Mainly just because I'm not all that interested in it. I don't want to. Let me just pop the Christmas music back on. Anyway, I'm not all that interested in playing early access games because I've seen how nightmare some of them can be. And when a game is early access, it allows the developer to kind of make excuses, but also I just don't like the business practice. Also, waiting for a game to come out of early access almost always guarantees you'll get a better experience, or it'll never come out of early access, which means the game wasn't really worth my time to begin with. Anyway, that's tier 1. Tier 1 is it out? I've also excluded VR-only games because I don't have a VR headset currently, but I will eventually want to buy VR games, so that's out of the question. What's the next limitation on my backlog? Well, my own poverty, of course. So here we have a list of 800 Steam games that I eventually want to play. They are all sorted by price, and they're sorted by price because I will buy these in order of cheapest to most expensive as they come out, letting me buy a lot more games. But pretty much it also will, like, because I don't have a lot of money, new games will not get added unless they are not available through Steam, in which I will acquire them elsewhere for a price that I consider to be reasonable for games not shown on Steam, which I don't think I need to go into detail on. You guys know my opinions on such things. But pretty much, like, today I added seafood. I added Sifu to my backlog. So here is the main backlog. This is a long list, but I've trimmed it quite a bit. I've removed games that I can't play on stream, so any porn games are out of the question. And I've also removed games that I'm waiting for remakes on, or I'm just not ready to play with, or they don't work. Recently, I added a bunch of new games to it. In the just every Ubisoft game I was interested in, I added to the list because I lost my Ubisoft account for some reason, and now I can't access any of the games I purchased on Steam, meaning that for a while all Ubisoft games are going to be free, meaning that I might end up playing them. Or I added Seafood to the list today because that's on Epic, and I'm not. That seems to be on the Epic Store for the foreseeable future, and I'm not paying for any games on the Epic Store. Easy peasy, gets added to the list. So yeah, this is what I got going on. I'll play these in order of how long they'll take to beat, primarily because when you're streaming, you want to prioritize shorter games so that you can get a real variety and dip into a bunch of different fandoms. And so, yeah, boom, my backlog. But games will only show up on this backlog once they've come out on Steam, and once I've bought them on Steam. If they haven't come out on Steam and they're already out, I will usually just add them to the list so that I can play them later and acquire them in some way. Games that I can't quite emulate yet, I trim off the list. But yeah, there's some games like that I have beaten, like Devil May Cry I've beaten, but I want to go through it again. Simple things like that. So yeah, I hope Unbeatable's title isn't exactly accurate. Yeah, that's how my backlog works, and that's why I'm finding this video kind of like, you probably should cut out games that aren't out yet, dude. I think if people were more patient and weren't constantly like in a fucking blind scramble to play whatever's new, they'd probably have a lot more fun gaming. I'm just saying. I don't know if that's 100% true for everybody, but I know that's true for me. And it works for me, and I think a lot of people don't even consider that perspective, that you should kind of just expect these games to be around forever, and you don't always need to play them exactly when they come out.
Experience for a few of them, or at least I thought that, but not anymore, and here's why. One of the biggest lessons I've learned in the past year is that not finishing games, for me at least, is okay. Confession, I never rolled credits on Neon White. I never finished Metroid Prime when I started it for the first time last year. I never finished Axiom Verge. I never finished Axiom Verge. I have not finished a lot of things, and the reason for that is, if I really wanted to, I would have. The fact that I didn't tells me all I really need to know. Now, that said, they were all delightful in their own way, especially Neon White, but I just kind of had enough. And oddly, that doesn't bother me now, even if it did a little bit then. I had my fun, I look back on them fondly, I'm glad I put in the hours of each that I did, and that can just be that.
That's it for me in Valhalla. Like, Valhalla, I got to the end of that and I rolled credits, and I'm just like, I'm good. That was a thoroughly fucking satisfying experience. I'd rather just wait to play the sequel and leave all the other shit unexplored until I come back to it later. Like, that was so exciting, like, finishing that game.
As much as I want
what a treat.
This, not every game will be that, and that's completely and totally fine. It makes the games that are that much more special. So although 1600 hours when you split over 365 days comes out to just over 4 hours per day and gets fugly after you factor in all the upcoming stuff, it might not even be close to that if every 50+ hour game doesn't hook me. I don't have to beat everything. That is a piece I'm allowing for myself. Don't get me wrong, I don't plan to just try 30 minutes of each one and dip. I'm going to give each game the same chance I gave Persona 5 and its Gone with the Wind ass tutorial, but I'm also going to trust the fact that if I want to keep playing a game, I will, and if I don't, that's completely kosher and is supposed to happen. Which is a lesson
He's so
you can take
right,
from this as well.
but my like
Don't feel
dumbass
like
hardcore
everything you
gamer brain
play
is like
has
going,
to be
no!
finished if you aren't finished. Don't let the sunk cost fallacy get you. Shelve it and move on. With that said, I am absolutely still doing this. I can make it happen.
I should have dropped Bayonetta after the second stream. I should not have powered through that game. I did not enjoy Bayonetta.
Folks, this is only part 1 of 2 videos concerning the backlog. There will be another full episode a year from now.
I know it's blasphemy, but I'm a big Devil May Cry
What
fan.
was disappointing? What was a delight? If I had any of these,
I don't know,
moments,
man. I
and
just
if
didn't
I was
enjoy
able to
Bayonetta.
actually
I think I was playing it
out.
wrong, and
There
also
are
having
currently
people in the
84
chat just shitting
games
on me made me not want to play it ever again.
Estimated 1,629 hours
It's really
of work.
sucky that that was
I
my
arrived
first
at
experience with
taking
that game.
How long to beat time for the main story and the main plus extra time, and guesstimating for each game individually that it would take me somewhere between those 2 figures based on the game genre and what I know about myself. Souls games will take me longer. I usually skip most of the side stuff in RPGs, etc., etc. In addition to the 84 games with time estimates, I have another tab of 29 games that have yet to release. Obviously, no time estimates exist for these yet. As the new games come out, I'll make a decision to either skip them or add them to the master list based on how well my progress is going at that time, if the game bombs at release, if the game still looks like something I'll be interested in, if that game is called Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, if that game looks better or worse after finishing Danganronpa 2, and if that game is called Hollow Knight Silksong. This is a flexibility I'm allowing for myself, because there are obviously someone here.
I'm so jealous of people that can just think like this guy. Like, I feel the need to play everything, and if I play a game and don't like it, and other people around me that I respect like it, I feel like I'm wrong.
There's no time off here. I know you want that Outer Wilds video next year, and most importantly, I feel I'll be taking some data points. Right now, I have time estimates and my excitement for each game on a 10-point scale recorded. But as I play, I'll note if I rolled credits, how long I actually spent on the game, a rating out of 10, why I either dropped it or finished it, and if it absolutely blew me away, to see how many gems are hiding on here. I'll also be
It creates the situation where I actually dislike very few games, but games that I dislike, I hate with a burning passion.
3 points higher, that will get labeled a stunner, the pleasant surprises. If the opposite is true of the rating, I'll label it a letdown. I'll also record, if I finish the game, whether I felt as though it was too long or not long enough. If I'm being honest, I'm not sure exactly what the takeaway from all this data will be, but I'm hoping that by the time next November comes, this will provide some interesting talking points from someone who is actually bonkers enough to try this. Oh, hey, through the wonder of technology, if you're interested, this document containing my backlog will be in a viewable Google spreadsheet that I will be updating regularly. The titles highlighted in blue are what I'm currently playing. If it's green, I am finished, and you can see all the data as well. I'll drop a link to it in the description below if you want to check up on my progress throughout the year. I'll also be posting updates to Twitter in case that strikes your fancy. Oh my god, it's just hitting me how much work this is gonna be. To answer my original question of would clearing the backlog actually make me feel better, I simply
I always
do
felt
not
like
have
the backlog
the
is a great thing to fall back
Sure,
on.
making a plan
Like,
for a list might help. Maybe these
I don't know.
effects can help us
I've been
understand
debating whether
why
I want to
this
just play whatever the hell I want
feels
after I
somewhat
finish
suspicious
Darktide,
and dread.
whether I want
So the real
to ask the
question
community what they want to see,
I only
which I
see
don't think is a
one
very
way
good
to find
idea,
out. I have to
and
enter
or I
the
could just,
belly of
you know,
beast.
use the
I
guide.
have to walk that path.
I don't know what I
And
want to play
whether I
yet.
fail or succeed, I'm obnoxiously interested to see who or what I become in the pursuit of that goal. And I know I've gotten caught up in the task of tackling the backlog today, but we cannot overlook how thrilled I am to actually rip off the band-aid and play some of these games. I'm finally going to get to throw hands and yarn them and pull my hair out at some Bloodborne. Outer Wilds hasn't been recommended to me 100 times by accident, and I'm optimistically terrified to say
Still hoping
I
some
have
fucking hero
absolutely
ports that to
no clue
PC.
what I'm getting into there. 13
Bloodborne.
Sentinels is supposed to be mind-boggling. I finally get to go back and play Paper Mario 64. I get my first taste of DMC, Resident Evil, and Mass Effect. I get Stellar Blade, which is basically Bayonetta but with more anime and less voice acting controversy. Chrono Trigger, Nier Replicant, Prey, Tunic, Lisa.
I feel really embarrassed for what I said on the Dark Tide stream about the Bayonetta controversy.
In 2023, and come this time next year, I can't wait.
I feel like there's a certain pay grade, like if you make a certain amount of money, you can't be like, oh, poor me, struggling artist.
Thank you so very much for watching today. It was a delight.
It's like the cost of living where I live is higher. Move somewhere else.
Honestly,
You don't gotta live in California.
I thought about quietly just knocking down my backlog as quick as I could, but it made more sense to bring you all in and share what I learn along the way. So I hope you had fun with this one. If you'd like to support the show, definitely consider contributing on Patreon. For $1 a month, you get your name listed.
Alright, this sounds a decent video. I look forward to seeing his opinions on some of those games. Yeah, every time I watch, I don't know, it's making me realize how out of touch I am with like current gaming and like what I play and what I care about. Like for me, the most exciting game to come out this year is a Warhammer tie-in versus like when when people were talking about game of the year and I'm like, games came out this year for real? I didn't know because I just didn't know. I forgot that Elden Ring came out. And I guess the only reason I haven't played Elden Ring, despite it being a game I'm very interested in and excited for, is I'm not starting my first Souls game since Dark Souls 1. I'm not going to play that. The last Souls game that I beat was Dark Souls 1. The last Souls game that I played was 3. What have we had since then? Ever since Dark Souls 1, we've had Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 2 again, Bloodborne, Sekiro. I'm so behind the skill curve on those games, and I know that anyone watch it, I would embarrass myself if I played those games on stream. I couldn't handle Dark Souls 3 for fuck's sake, and I barely handled Bloodborne. I need to go back to them and actually play through them legit. Still butthurt I can't do a poise build in every game, because I really like that in Dark Souls 1, but whatever. I'm just assuming I was on the wrong side of history with that one. Recording tab, let's add, oh my god, the last game on the recording thing was Inquisitor Trainer. Look forward to that video when it comes out. Anyway, the countdown to end of the stream has begun, and if nothing happens with that, I guess I'm just gonna fucking end the stream, because I'm not gonna... yeah, I'm just not gonna bother I'm not gonna bother streaming if no one's watching, so... There you go. And besides, I haven't marketed this at all. I should probably have done that, but fuck it, whatever. Whatever. Let's play some Mechanicus. Oh, yeah, I got a bump on the server. And let me hop on over to the rubber room, BUMP, bump, and then main panel here, disboards. Make sure that Chrome's off, actually. Yep, there we go. Let's go and do a quick little bump here. I'm trying to get more people into the server, but, it's tough, man. It's not doing what I'm hoping it to do. Yeah. I think me pinging the whole server has had an adverse effect. The turnout on the last 2 streams has not been great, and I'm getting concerned. I should probably try to get out of my own head with it, though. Easy. What is this one? Oh, we'll just do the easy one. Got any missions for me, guys? Okay, let's check the... Well, actually, I just finished a mission, so let's go ahead and check tech. Got ourselves a new pistol. Hell yeah. Phosphor Serpenta. Cognition cost. Alright, well, we still have a single servitor. I'm surprised about that. Megos Manarius. Now, what do I need to do to unlock that second gun slot? Need more augment slots to equip this. Alright, how do I do that? Which one did I buy for you last time? Dominus. So... Okay, we'll just do this one then. Huh. Sure, arm augments. Bam. Oh, it unlocks new equipment for the guy. Okay, what do we got here? Refractor field generator. Target has 50% mystery. Ooh, something makes me more dodgy. Excellent. Well, I'm gonna need to get more slots for him. Anyway, next one. Disciplines upgrade. I did this one last time. Let's do the Explorator. Let's do this one now. And we're gonna get you physical armor, 3 HP to max, 3 range movements, +1 physical damage. Well, he's doing the Explorator, so we're gonna go ahead and just give you something that you need. That's just better. Okay. Now we can just equip that. Okay, boom, there we are. Looking good. Alright, let me check the chat real quick. Yep. Alright, just keep that open for now. Mission. Mission time. I get cognition gauge max and and an STC fragment. Kick ass. Oh, Necron Destroyer, Warrior, and a flayed one. Oh boy. New Necrons. I think I only have one Canonical available. Yeah, no, I only have Litany of Life, which I still like. Let's go. Reports received from Subdomina Kipra. Synopsis follows. Heavy resistance, minimal gains, mounting casualties, confirm yes or no. Correct. There has been setbacks. Our troops have encountered a new Necron warform. Reaction, delight. Pray, Tech Acquisitor. Explain. Enemy warform, provision, designation, destroyer, anti-grav technology confirmed, explorator request, file accessed, anti-grav. I'm not reading this. I like this guy. He's very clearly like full-blown techno-heretic. I don't know why they're keeping him around, because it seems like everything that comes out of that fucker's like voice box is like, oh, I love alien technology. He's playing Merry Hell with our Skitari units in the Grim of Acropus. Heavily armored, taking them on is dangerous in the extreme. Reason to observe them. Our troopers possessing such technology extrapolated to conclusion greatly increased battlefield effectiveness. I really hope the game, like, tells me what I need to do in order to beat him, though, because, yeah, that's nerve-wracking. And, of course, I save scum these like there's no tomorrow, so save 4, hell yeah, let's go. I normally don't like to do that in strategy games, but it's whatever. That's a scary symbol that normally causes issues, so I'll do this one. Yeah, no! That sucks. Why did I do that? Why did I even interact? Alright, that leads to another glyph. Let's go through here. Mission relevant. Okay. Acquire, ignore. Okay. Corpse badly mauled by gauss fire. Pray, pursue. Let's just... What does that say? Puce? Peruse. We'll just do this one. Get this one. Get it out of here quickly. Alright. Two cognition points. Man, I went to play Warhammer at my local store yesterday, and there were so many dudes just, like, talking about CP in there, like, command points, but, like, every single time someone just said CP like it wasn't no thing, I just, like... I cringed. Like, I was, like, every single time I just, like, tensed up. Great. Lives of the Logic Saints, Psalm 61, even in death our duty is not complete. Mortally wounded Skitari lies on the floor of the chamber. His torso is laid open by Gauss fire. He was evidently caught in a firefight and was left behind when his unit fell back. It is likely that the Skitari were attacked by Necron destroyers. The Skitari might have witnessed their tactics close up. Alright, well, we're just gonna quickly download that shit. Hell yeah. Yep, 2 more command points, or cognition points. Feels weird to say cognition points. Read the glyph. You know what, cancel. Fuck the glyph. We don't care about the glyph. Glyphs are bad. We're just gonna head into this next room and hope for the best. Oh god, right as I get there, of course. Extra Necrons, just what I need. Shouldn't have messed with the glyph, should have just beelined it. Fuck. The game's not crashing. That'd be a bummer. It's weird to think that these guys actually don't know about Necrons that much. Like, when is this taking place, you know? Necrons have been around for a while. You think at least the Ordo Xenos would share their information with them. Alright, destroy the target. Kill or destroy... What is that? Isn't that the same thing? Anyway. Okay, let's take a look at what we got here. That's a terminal, I think. We got a spawn point for... We got spawn points for Necrons fucking everywhere. Good lord. Okay, well... Alright, well... No one's watching, so...